All right, babies, it's that time again. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Not too chilly out. It's gonna get up to about 48. That'll be nice. Oh, yes, there's my reminder. And then my other reminders. So, yeah, we are in... where are we? We are in Isaiah 5. Now, Isaiah, if you'll remember from previous broadcasts, the first 40 books of Isaiah has been identified as authentic writings of the prophet. A lot of the writings, I can't really estimate. It's probably between, probably somewhere around 600 or 500 BC. I'm gonna say that. But really authentic writings, and really nice writings too, like really well done. And there's a lot. I mean, it's real dense if you look at it. I mean, you can really analyze it verse by verse, but I'm not going to, because it's mainly trying to depict God as sort of letting Israel know what kind of lack of protection and deprivation they're going to receive because of their lack of obedience. So, and then there's a couple positive things about, trusting God. So I'm not going to get into it, other than just to say, you know me at this point. I don't get much into hearing about God militarily overthrowing enemies or these kinds of vengeful promises. However, I will say that my own experience is that when I'm going my own way, whether it's unwitting or not, I do for sure sense the removal of God's presence. Not necessarily, disaster is around the corner. However, we have experienced that, haven't we? But just that there's I appreciate that about my relationship with God. Sometimes I don't know, like, if I should be doing a certain thing or not, but more often than not, I would say it's a pretty good sign that something's off if I'm not feeling peaceful or joyful or actually feeling his presence, like where I don't feel alone. I feel like he's with me. So in that sense, I'm grateful for that, because it definitely lets me know that I'm in my mindset isn't right. Because every time my mindset is right, I feel great. I feel, like I've been telling you, energized, excited to be of service to others, motivated, what's the word I'm trying to think of, inspired, So yeah, I get to, I see that. And I'm still investigating I'll probably be doing it for quite some time, if not the rest of my life. These beginnings, is this bell crazy or what? Yeah, the beginnings of Israel and when things were written down, when they became monotheistic. Oh, that's an interesting thing that I came across, which I'd forgotten, which has been crossing my path, in the last couple days, like a few times, and that is that even in the Old Testament, or I shouldn't say the Old Testament, in the beginnings of Israel, there are, I don't know where they're getting the evidence from, but there is evidence that portrayals of God are made in the context of the duality of him and his wife. I think it's Ashtaroth. And I think that also comes from, see, this is why I'm going to keep searching this, a strong Egyptian influence there. As you probably know, the Egyptians were good with goddesses and other deities. And early on, before Israel became monotheistic, there were these depictions of the Godhead being a happily married couple, which of course I love, because I really, as you know, find the bride of Christ image united with the bridegroom Jesus very resourceful, in that the result of our union, put the pieces together, people, this is for children, is the offspring that is birthed in the bride. That being love, joy, peace, understanding, wisdom, patience. Those are our children, baby. And I just find that just lovely. So yeah, honey, that's pretty much it. Going back to work tomorrow. Wow. And the way I deal with that after having a long break, like this is like 11 days, because our first day was snowed out. It's usually 10 days. The way I deal with that, because the natural tendency is to be like, oh crap, complain, negativity, gotta go back to work, sort of complainy, maybe depressed. Instead, reject all that and embrace the challenge. That challenge being my own growth. So, perfect opportunity for me to act on these things I've been teaching you. And that is to put myself in a position where I won't say all I care about, but the thing I care about the most in each day is to help the person I'm with take their next best step of growth. So the only way I can be sure to do that is make sure I'm intact and I'm connected and I'm ready to serve.